This is the classic view of Montgó, the so-called Elephant Mountain, because it looks like an elephant, at least from this side, the Jávea side. You can see his eye there, and his trunk which extends right along to the Cabo de San Antonio. This area is called La Plana. There's the summit, and the ridge of the mountain which runs to the west is the back of the elephant. Our walk will take us to the summit of the Montgó, but from the other side of the mountain. We will start at the Denia side of the mountain, but at this height, the La Plana height. Then we will reach Montgó's forehead and climb up this ridge to the summit. Afterwards we will follow a path which keeps mostly to this side of the mountain and drops down to Jesus Pobre at Montgó's tail. Today we're doing a two-car walk up the Montgó, and this means we leave some of the cars at the urbanisation Los Lagos near Jesus Pobre before we drive on to the start of our walk. We are now at, where are we? La Plana. We start off near the Denia shooting range, following an unsurfaced road. The path zigzags up here, and then across, and then up this area here, and then you go up the nose of the Montgó to the summit. Right, this is where we start going up on a small footpath, going off to the right. It's a rocky path, but with a nice gentle gradient. Jan is approaching the Peña Roig, or Red Rock. This is a good place to rest, especially when it's hot. This just shows the route you take after you park the car there. You walk along this track here, up here to where the signboard is. Then the footpath begins about there. Ignore these other tracks which lead off. Now this is where the path swings round onto the Montgó's forehead. Look down there into the valley of Jávea. We'll soon be getting some lovely views. And from the Montgó's forehead we get sweeping views of the Jávea Valley. Magnificent. There you can see some blue flax in the foreground. Ian and Margaret coming up. Some German tourists going past them. Yeah, it's a bit of a hands and feet job, this one. Well, still succeeding with the sticks then, Sue? I am, in some places. Above the first scrambly bit, there's a bit of path and a bit more scramble, and there is the summit. Some people up there somewhere. Yeah, there they are. Plodding close to the top. And this is the cliffy bit. Some people don't like as you approach the summit. Margaret and Jan on the top of the Montgó, and about everybody else who lives in the Comunidad Valenciana is here as well, and some from further afield, I think. And a few minutes later the summit is deserted. They've all gone back down the Jávea way. So here we are in glorious isolation, enjoying our lunch on the top of the Montgó. The sign down below says this is the Crayu, or the cross of Jávea, on the summit, and that's all that's left of the cross. There's a stump. The cross was destroyed by vandals some years ago. And this is the way back, along Montgó's back, to Hazes Pobre. And this is the path here, and you go down there. It's a bit of a scramble, and then you pick up a path which goes along beside the ridge. You can't go across on the top of the ridge because it's just too rocky. You go down a bit of a scramble here towards that tree, and just in the distance there, along the edge of the cliff, you can see the path that we will be taking. Yeah, it's quite rocky along here, isn't it? Yep. Not easy striding out path at all. And now path takes us along the back towards the seaward side of the Montgó. And in the distance we can see the remains of a Roman wall which demarcates the end of a Roman settlement and Iberian settlement called the Pic de l'Aguila, the eagle's beak. Here you can see the vertical pavement rocks on this part of the Montgó ridge. You don't want to walk off-piste here. Luckily the path has been well cut and they have flattened off all those horrible vertical pavement knives. This is a barranco, I think that Bob Stansfield calls the Great Barranco. And the sole solitary tree. It's a good place actually to stop and have a rest when the weather's hot. Another shot of the path down to Denia. Quite a struggle up, but we're not going that way.
Yes, but it was almost
We're going down there.
Oh, was it?
Turn off a shortcut, it's just to the left down there. And on the right there's an old Roman settlement. You can tell that you're in the region of the settlement because there's lots of bits of pottery on the ground.
Well, that's the sort of area.
Yeah.
And the settlement was over by where those two oak trees are, and down into that valley down there.
Yeah. Look at that. Yeah. It's something quite complicated. Yeah. But look at that.
Our shortcut down to Los Lagos goes down this side here, completely opposite the settlement. This is a shortcut down to Los Lagos. It looks a bit sort of hairy, but actually it's not as bad as it looks from this angle. Yeah, we walk along a little ledge just below some caves. I haven't been down those caves. And I guess there's a scrambly bit up there. Whole load of chuffs up there. There they all are, struggling down. And on the last leg. Whoops, we're just entering Los Lagos. Walk through this urbanisation. And finally, we are back at the cars at Los Lagos, tired but happy.